Hey guys, welcome back. Sunday chats, we just hang out, and I usually don't have anything planned. We're just gonna chit chat. Give me a 5x5 because I've been having issues with my mic, if you don't mind. And let's see who we got in here. And always listen to Miss Sharon, she's in charge. Let's see. Thank you, Dusty. My mic has been low. Something, I don't know, even when the gain's turned up. So I don't know if I need to get a new mic or what. Hey D, just Josh Pilgrim, Satan Hunter, Thistle Moon, Random, the Prepping Artist. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I'm screening through here fast. Huckleberry, he has two tabs open, I'm sure. Mine and another. Y'all know what it is. Coffee First. Miss Sharon, like I said, she's in charge. Live chat, all chat. Hit the like button. Share, subscribe. Whatever the YouTube stuff is, she says do it. I appreciate it because, well, it does help the algorithm. You got to play the YouTube games. That's what it is. Hey, TT1. I appreciate all you guys being here. Again, and I think I said Dusty because you gave me my 5x5. But anyway, else, thank you, everybody. Hey, Sandra R. Colleen. Okay. I appreciate all you guys. So I guess, hey, Prepper Book Club, Ridge Runner. I see all you guys. I appreciate you being here. The big thing, what's front and center right now is everything with this storm. And I know I have subs all over the place. I've been looking at things with different temperatures. I was even looking at Texas. I was seeing some things. It was like they were going to be 17 degrees with the wind chill was going to be negative 23. And then, of course, the Midwest and up north, they're really going to get it. So I am worried about a lot of people, but we've been hopefully everyone's been preparing as best they can for this ahead of time before this. We do that for, these type of situations also. Let me see if I'm missing anybody. Hey, Candle, Woman of Spirit, Gypsy Soul. Hey, Nancy. Good to see everybody. So, hey, KP, the Celtic Grandma, all you guys. Thank you so much for being here. So I do in there, if you want to share, always be careful of, your location, do smart. You are online and, don't give out your exact details, but in your area, if you want to tell us what they're predicting for your area, what you're seeing, how you're preparing. I think that's a good way and good reminders for everybody. Just helps each other out. That's what we're here for. But, we're not going to, I can't say anything. I'm not going to say anything because where we are, we're not, I think it said there was like 49 states. Ours is the one that is not included in that, what makes up the 50. But I am worried about a lot of people going on. And, we even here, we went out earlier, even here in Florida, we saw a bunch of linemen, electric trucks already lined up. So they're even preparing, areas that usually you don't think about things like that happening. But I'm thinking, I don't know. I just, people were sending me screenshots of like alerts they were getting, like emergency alerts. And it was talking about, here we go figure. Don't charge your electric cars, guys. Don't charge your electric cars. Turn off, appliances, turn your heat down. It was like all these things to do because they were worried about the grid. Of course they are. And, there's a lot, where I fall with all that. They're planned chaos and disasters and always taking advantage of situations if they can. I'm expecting rolling brownouts because of the grid, as they claim. I don't know if any of y'all are getting alerts for your area. If you feel like sharing them, protect your privacy, you can put them down there. Hey, Constitutional Carpenter, we are resistant. Hey, Gmail Nana, how are you? And if I've missed anything, I'm sorry. Because I'll get over here and get squirrel. But that's a big thing. Okay, let me see what Satan Hunter's always got something in here. Yeah, a lot of people doing the windows. We used to do that when we lived up in North Carolina. I've done, videos. Lots of people have done videos about staying warm. Like if the power goes out and staying warm. I'm big on these and I made sure I brought these at work. I'm big on these hot water bottles. You remember these? It seems like grandma's always had them and everything. We've always had those and use them. I mean, if you should being prepared that you can always, you know, make a fire or something that you can boil water and do that. Huckleberry, call our oldest, please. As I'm getting a phone call in here, please. I don't know what's going on with that. But all those different things to stay warm. Please just have it on hand, and nothing may happen. Everything may be great. It may be a bunch of hype. I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, y'all up north. I see those things, and I'm like, I see those things, and I'm like, that's so. But then people again, I say they freak out. We have all these hurricanes, just what you're used to. When I see huge amounts of snow and freezing, really really bad temps for a long time, that would worry me. Oops. KP 60s. We're in the 50s and stuff here, but that's normal. That sounds terrible. When we do, I mean, we have, I guess it's where we have, I like that we have a very long growing season here. That helps a lot for different things like that. And speaking of that, growing season, we may do it this evening. And I know that through this week, especially if things get kind of crazy, we already have our thing planned out. We're going to start a lot of our indoor seeds. We're going to go ahead and get those started again. We're in the South. And I did a video on this thing that I had one. I said I was going to order one anyways. Is this little planter. I talked about this Clyde's garden planter. If you haven't seen that video I did, they're super cheap and they're just, I don't know. I love this little gadget. It's great to have. And that's what I've done a lot of mine on. And for seeds, I still always recommend Jan Dorn, the Buckeye heirloom seeds. She's got an Etsy thing that's in my description and stuff as well. Or my about tab. I can't remember. That is what, again, we're always planning ahead and keep on. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, I'm way out before I can start indoor seeds. But that's what we're doing. Always thinking ahead. Oh, I hear who said about a buddy heater. I see a lot of people have buddy heaters. We do not. We have wood stove and, well, we're in the South, but I see a lot use that. 1 degree. Gracious sakes. Yeah, that sounds crazy to me. I guess the majority of y'all just stay in when it's like that. Hey, Katrinka, how are you? I hear you, Joe. Yeah, it's all on what you're used to. I mean, I talk to people up north and everything. They're like, oh my gosh, how can you stand that heat? I think it's just what you're used to. Oh, really? I didn't know that they carried that. $79. Is that pretty good for that? The ones that take little propane things, the little ones. Is that correct? I don't know. I don't have one. All this. Oh my gosh. I saw some places they were like, I think it's the Midwest and way up north, right over the kind of Canadian border. They were talking about it was like could be negative 50 degrees wind chill. This is really crazy. So is this polar vortex, y'all tell me. I mean, have y'all seen this before? Is this just manipulation that they've been creating and doing? Because we know that their agenda stuff for doing these things are. I don't know. Yeah, I think Monday and Tuesday are supposed to be our worst days, but it's not even it's not awful. Hey, Pat, how are you? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know. Are they worth it? Are they worth, put that in the chat. Those who have the buddy heater, is it like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is absolutely worth it to have one? Yeah, I speaking of talking about chickens, that is something there's a normal prep stuff you do. You do your pipes, if you do your windows, there's different things, leave water dripping, all those type of things is animals in your plants or anything that's outside that you have to worry about. Hey, Deb, how are you? Yeah, we don't get snow. I want snow. I want snow for like the month of December. I just want to snow through like December and have a white Christmas, and then I want it to go away, and then I want it to be like 60 to 80 degrees the rest of the year. That's what I want. Maybe 55 at night. That's how I want it to be. But again, and then some of them are, I talk to some people like, 60, that's the highest I want it to be. You have seen it colder. Oh, you're in Ohio though. Yeah. I don't know. Most people's worst days are coming, starting tomorrow through Wednesday, depending on where you're at. I think that's less. Ryan Hall, y'all, I did see right before I came in here. I think he just dropped another video, and I always watch his stuff for events like this. Yeah, that there are cycles, and that's where it's at finally. There are cycles. There has been since the beginning of time. There are cycles, but like there's a lot of things that you see and you're like, this just isn't normal. This doesn't even, nothing about this looks natural or normal. We've been seeing that. But I mean, look what they're doing to the skies. It's got to have an effect. And speaking of that is in the South, we don't have many, and never like more than like a day or something of like gloomy gray days. And we've been seeing that to the point that our outdoor little solar lights and things were not charging. Even we were not getting rain or anything. It was just gloomy. That's just not normal. I don't remember that ever happening in our area. Now, you guys up north, Midwest, all that, I know that can be like months at a time. Y'all do that. But for my area, and y'all have got to be seeing changes in y'all's areas as well. That's just like this. It just isn't normal. It's just not. Oh, on that note, Montana Nana. I even told you, I think on a comment, I told you I had something. I have some information. Miss Sharon's going to have to, and oh my gosh, I'm so behind in chat. If I've missed something, I'm sorry. I'm just over here, just lollygagging. Sorry, if I missed something big, you're going to throw it back down there because I've got to get back down here because I don't know in case somebody's been telling me something. Hey, Adriana, Loretta, Black Cat, everyone's came in. Sandy, I'm sorry. Sorry, terrible today with that. Loretta, everybody, if I've missed you, I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyways, Miss Sharon, I sent her a link to drop down because this is in Hamilton, Montana. I can't, they won't even upload the video if I try to do it. There is a laboratory there. There's laboratories been there, but they've been doing additions to that are supposed to be done in spring 2024. It is funded and ran by the National Institute of Allergies and Infectious Diseases. Okay, you hear that, the NIAID. Know who runs that, who's been running that for decades? Dr. Fakey. Okay, so there's this bio in Montana, Hamilton, Montana. She's going to drop the link. I would suggest reading that article if you get a chance. I've talked a lot about, I used to talk about a certain fruit or color island that they had a lab on, and it's off of Lyme, Connecticut, and that's where all that type of stuff came from. I've probably already said too much. Some of the same tick-borne illnesses and diseases, they're studying different things as well at this place in Montana. With that, the illness, okay, the C, that lab, they came up that they already had that samples of that in 2019 at this lab I'm talking about right now. So when I say GOF type labs, it's a gain. I can't say that. Somebody can put it in there. They're saying they think that's what that is. That is something to keep an eye on as we are in election infection season. I'm just saying. And there was one, I said when I lived in North Carolina, there's a big one there that was corresponded when all that was going on. There still is. So they're up to that again. Yeah, she's a wildflower. Yeah. It is, yeah. So read that article. And all it is that's not a freak out thing. That is hey, here's a heads up. that's one of the things like, okay, I just need to be aware of this so I can kind of keep an eye. And I've heard this before. So if something comes up, you're like, okay, I know what's really going on. That is just, and if for some reason y'all can't get the link later, maybe it's on here, whatever. If you want the link and you don't get it over here, whatever. Well, like Miss Sharon said, she said, grab the link. She said, y'all grab it, open it in another tab. You can email me and I will send it to you, but it's worth reading for a heads up. Just what's going on. Hey, Paradise Acres, and anyone else I missed. Simply Tony, I appreciate all you guys. And again, if I see, I can't, because my regulars, sometimes I don't know. Did I say hey to them already, or was that last week? Isn't that terrible? Oh, okay. So you are aware. Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure where that's at, but I've been kind of looking at that, and then the article that came out that I talk about that doctor, where that article's from a lot. She has been scrapped off everything, and I mean everything. I should put her. I don't know if YouTube will leave it up. I should put her link to her website up there if y'all want to follow that type of stuff as well. But they've scrapped her off everything. Yeah. So yeah, and you can always email me. Most of y'all know how to get up with me. I may not get to it exactly that day, but I will respond to you. Yeah. They're always up to something. They're just in there. They get in there. They played mad scientists. They start wargaming and, creating their stuff. That's just what they do. That's the evilness in there. Hey, Steve, how are you? Kevin, how are you? Again, I'm sorry if I've missed anybody. Miss Sharon said. Yeah. So there it is. She put it down there. I would suggest reading that. So we have all. Also with this cold weather, I'm always big on cook stuff ahead of time if you need to. Before these big things come. I don't care, put it in crock pots or whatever, just in that days you think this is going to be our worst day, we may lose power or something. Go ahead and have that away, because goodness knows, even in hurricanes, we've been called off. We're like, oh, it's not that bad. And I would just put something in the oven and the power would go out. And yeah. So those are always recommendations I have. I agree. Sergeant Deacon, how are you today? I agree. But we know how it is. This shouldn't be surprised. They have all their playbooks and wargaming and all their stuff that they do way ahead of us. And y'all saw that volcano. Was it last night or this morning? The volcano erupted in Iceland. And there's homes on fire all through there. That had erupted, which we knew those things were coming, and how it does there, but it looked pretty bad. But anyways, I saw that. I caught my eye up here about this journalist, I believe, and I was really upset about that. I probably missed it. I don't even know. Okay, MD. Well, I knew MD would be on it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's his last name if you don't know him, but I can't get into it. But my thing is, the prison he was in UKR, our situation with UKR, that should have never happened, right? I mean, if we're, you know what I'm saying? But if you knew, I can't even say on here why he was in there. Why he was in there is exactly why he didn't come out of there, and what happened, and the horrible. The guy was only 55 years old. I've been following him, and he called things out and tried to get the truth out, and they allowed that to happen, and it's absolutely disgusting. But that stuff continues to happen. We see it, everything, truth talkers. I mean, we've been seeing it in holistic naturopathic medicine with doctors and everything. We've been seeing all those type of things for a long time. That happens, and either they'll silence you, or they'll shut you up permanently. And I said what I said. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. I do all that stuff. I stuff. And if you have to fill up water, I mean, there's all kinds of things. And everyone's situation is different depending on where you live. My thing is always have water and have some way you're not going to freeze. That's what you're going to have. If you got to eat cold stuff out of cans, you'll still be okay. But you got to have fluids. Even when it's freezing cold, you got to have fluids. I'm all about, even if you make things ahead of time and put them in thermoses, if you can keep your core temperature up, you want to, do that. Lots of fluids, keep warm, making things ahead of time. We always do that for hurricane season. I'm like, I don't want a piece of laundry dirty in this house because if you lose something, you're out and it'll pile up. And we have a house full of kiddos, so that piles up quickly. Every day is laundry day, I think, in my world. Yeah, all this, I see all y'all's thing. All your stuff. Yeah, that's him. It's absolutely horrible. His father's speaking out a lot about it and that situation and the poor conditions and his health and what happened. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's just very sad. Yep. And they don't like that. They don't like to be cuddled out. Truth hurts, and they can't deal with it. Yep. Paper plates, paper cups. Yeah. Utilize all that. Always do that. Yeah. Always have good blankets. Hot water bottles. Just a matter of different things and survival things. Even there's a lot of different things they always say. Everybody should have a, good wool blanket. It'll keep you warm. And wool is scratching all that, but it can be a different layer in there. Those are good things to have. And they can fold. You can get wool blankets that'll be extremely thin and fold up nicely for your go bags. And I always keep stuff like that in our cars. That even though they're thin, they'll keep you warm. And how they do with water, they don't saturate the same way as cotton and stuff does. But what did she say about laundry? No. I have a bunch of kids. Every day and all their friends. We just have a lot of laundry. That's just what it is. Yeah, I worry about all the animals. Check it. You got to keep it. Gosh knows, when we had our horse farm, we would be out. Because we would get freezes and you'd be out there doing stuff and making sure nothing froze. And there's different things we could put in there to make sure they didn't freeze. Yeah, let me see. I don't know if I can read some of this out loud. I knew it was Switzerland. They had told their people to prepare. There's a lot of stuff. And there was that voting thing that went on in Taiwan. And apparently that was kind of like a deal breaker. Like, if y'all do this, then, the Red Dragon. So they're going to, it's going to come to pass. Like all of this is going to come to pass. It's like wars and rumors of wars. All these things are going to come to pass. Nothing's going to change that. It's going to come. So we just prepare the best we can so we're not suffering along the way. And that's what it is. Yeah. Oh, speaking of the White House, did you see the protesting, protesting that went on? It went through the night out in front of the big house on the hill. They were out there. And I saw several videos, and they were trying to get over the gates and everything else. I don't know. There's nothing happening with that, like J6ers. I'm just asking. See what I'm saying? All that. That's okay, D. You drive safe. Again, if I miss anything, put it in all caps. I'm not meaning to. I was really behind. Let's see. But that's my big thing was a lot of the big stuff I can't talk about. I am getting on, and I talked about that YouTube is letting a lot of stuff slide that they normally would get a smack for. But like there's been a couple things, probably 3 videos in a month or so. I'll do it, and it'll take a long time to upload, and then they'll tell me it's been sent for review. They won't do it. So probably means something hit on the algorithm, and they have to have a human review, and they're just not letting them go up. Which I guess it's better than getting hit with a strike or something, but they're not letting them go up. There is also a law that's going into effect, a new rule thing that they're doing, not just YouTube stuff. February 2024, they're making changes with Google, and it's that policy stuff they were doing, but it goes in effect in February. If you remember what I'm talking about, there's a whole list of stuff. It's because of the protection and misinformation, stuff they're going to watch out for. Mm-hmm. So I wonder, I do wonder what the changes is going to be for this platform. What they're going to do, if they're going to start removing a bunch of stuff or getting stricter, like how now you'll try to do an upload and they won't even upload it. You'll sit there for 2 hours or 3 hours and they're reviewing it, watching it, and then they send you a thing back and say they can't upload it. And used to, I don't know, first year and a half I was on, it wasn't like that. They may let it go up, but they're going to give you a smack for it. And now some things are just not letting them go up. It's just, and it's different because certain channels, I'm like, I couldn't say any of that. And then there's other things I say that other people say, I don't know how you said that. And nothing happened. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason. And it changes. It changes day to day, I think, over here. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. I see y'all talk about it. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not. I had that happen. When I had I think I did get, I did get hit, but I won the appeals on those. But they would just remove them because I would go in. I think I've had, I don't know, like 7 videos total, and over 2 years removed. They just removed them. They just take them off, or a lot of times I'll go back and they demonetize stuff, but whatever. I'm not even worried about that angle of it. Oh, yeah. Talking about the food crisis, the Watchman. I heard today from it was a video that came on something else I was watching, and I was doing dishes, so I just let it play. And so you remember when when they had all things and they were like, it was the heat, and they just like, oh my gosh, all these cattle just dropped dead all at once in these things. And it looked more like they were electrocuted. Anyways, and then the ones they were culling all of these animals, they were killing all of them. They said, "Oh, we can't afford to feed them, so we just got to kill all these animals." They just killed them all. And then they said we kept saying, and people were like, "There's no shortages." I'm like, "Wait, you're eating like last year's meat, like year before. You're eating that, and eventually it's going to run out." And they came out today and said, because of when all that mess happened with all that. And now it's catching up. It's catching up like this year. It's catching up. So this is their claim. And with meat, they were expecting, depending on your area, and it was going like Canada through the United States. It was talking about, and it said anywhere from 10 to 20% increase on meat before the end of this year. Anybody hearing about that? I mean, it's been going up. That's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Depends on which side it is, what they rate that, right? But that's another thing about the meat. It's either if it's going to be hardly any there, and it's going to be priced out. People aren't going to be able to get stuff. Oh, Rumble monetizes everything from the get-go, but they were bought out. I don't mess with. I mean, and then they don't automatically back up anymore. That's why I just used. That's why I first made Rumble, because I was just using it to back up things over here from over here. They don't do that anymore, and they were bought out, and they're getting restrictions. So everything's going to end up being like that. It's hard to keep up with many different platforms to do this. I just don't have the time with everything we have going on. Yeah. Absolutely. It's all over. I was seeing the videos before. I think it was Colorado. and their horses and everything. They were trying to get things in this barn, and they had like thick, icy, like snow all over them, like way more than like normal. I mean, I know those animals, like people, they're used to those because they've been there, but it was pretty ridiculous, and a lot of people were worried about some of their animals not making it because of all that. Tell them, Miss Sharon, she's in charge. I'm telling y'all, do what she says. I appreciate you. The monetized. I don't know. They must keep on. They must be sending mine to UKR also because I don't get it. Hey, Native, how are you? I appreciate you, Native. Yeah, I knew that was we knew that was coming about the increase. 10 to 20% by the end of this year is a lot. I mean, because it's already, gosh knows, it's already so high. I mean, we only get our stuff from a local butcher. I do not buy meat from a grocery store or anything. We don't. I mean, none of it. We only get it from a local butcher. But that's a huge increase, and it's going to it's going to affect everyone at some point. It's just, I mean, that's how you're prepping. We have a big stand-up freezer. We try to stock that up. Oh, that's how it is. No, there was. I think it was a Canadian company that bought Rumble. But yeah, they joined with something else, and a lot of regulations started coming. That's why they started having different sensory type stuff over there, that they were censoring a lot of stuff as well. And I'm just not going to fault. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, everybody do what they want. I don't like how that platform works, like at all. But I back things up. And when I be in YouTube jail, I was probably sitting beside Native, and he was like doing his 10th stint in there. That's right, Native. I would do that, but the traffic's not over there, and it's just not over there. But then they stopped backing up things and working with, I don't know, there just became issues. As a creator, I'm not going to say from viewing things or doing things over there. Oh, Simply Tony. Don't worry, I was in there the other day. We all sit in that chair, Shane. There's usually one or two in there with us. Yeah, I know the meat stuff I see. Yeah, be careful driving, Sandy. Yeah. Yeah, if you know rancher friends, you have stuff. I mean, that is your go-to barter stuff. You better figure out your stuff right now. Hey, what do I have? What can I produce that they would do as a trade? That I 100% believe that. Yeah, I just don't like Rumble. I just didn't like the platform of it. And like I said, I would put the link and everything in my. If I dropped a video over there, I'd put the link of the video and everything in my community tab, and it wasn't. And I was just like, I'm wasting my time. It was just a time consumption for me to not get things out, and that's fine. That's just what it is. Yeah. Now I will say, I say this all the time. I do have. That's the only social platform I have. I have an Instagram. Is I have mine set to private because there's creeps everywhere, and that's just what it is. And so if I don't recognize, like, say, well, Miss Sharon, but if if you have IG and you want to follow me over there, if I don't recognize you from over here, or it's not the same name, like, oh, that's Prepper Book Club, I know who it is. Yes, I'll allow it. Send me, it'll go to my held folder. You can still, even if you're not on my thing, send me a message, be like, hey, this is such and such from your channel. Just because it keeps there's some creeps over. You just have to be careful. You can see if you want to follow me over there, you can. I don't do a ton over there, but I am over there. But just in case, hey Maria, anyone I've missed, I'm sorry, because now I can't remember who I've said anything to or not. I appreciate all of you being here all the time, truly. Let's see. I don't know. I hate it when they do, like, when they do a change or something, and then you have it's like, why does it look like this? How does this work? But I'm kind of like that. I'm like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Don't move things around, because I got to figure it out again. And I am not, electronics, technical stuff. It's just not my area. Let's see. Yeah, anybody raising your own food, that's why I say to do it. Be as self-sufficient as you can. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'm caught up. How about that? Miss Sharon, are you proud? I'm caught up. I really don't have a ton. I think Josh is crazy busy with work, but I know we have a live planned. We just don't have it locked in because his schedule right now, and then my schedule. And so that kind of becomes a problem sometimes. It's just life. That's just real life. I do believe him and PT are having a live tonight, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time, I believe. I saw a glimpse of it when I came in here. Often they do one on Sunday evenings. They always just, chop it up, real talk over there about different things going on. So 8:00, if you want to go check them out, it's always on Purple Tribe's channel. But I believe, check it out first. I believe I saw it when I was literally, I was coming in here and I saw it. But and then anything else. But anyways, I'll be careful through all this weather. I don't know. The biggest thing, thanks, Miss Sharon, is we do our part. This is things we've been prepared for, whether it was natural things. Now, I should say nature things. Now, whether they're natural or manipulated, I'll leave that to you. Or, things we see going on from that aren't by nature. We should be preparing for this. And this is also, we talk about running those war games and trying situations that we're using our preps, practicing our preps and our skills and stuff like that. This is still a great opportunity with this storm that's coming, and everybody's going to have something different, is, to try to utilize that. And I pray for everyone's safety. I am worried about different things just because that's what it is. But, it's a good opportunity. And whenever we are able to utilize those things and practice them, we can also tweak them and say, I did or didn't need this, or I needed, I ran out of this, or I need to do this differently. That's just how we grow in all of this stuff. Yeah, that's how he talks all the time, guys. Isn't that great? And I think, I don't know even if I brought it up, the things I've put over in my community tab, the WHO and the WEF and all their nonsense and what we've gotten wrapped into, which was done on purpose. They did it on purpose. So it's a scapegoat to say, well, I'm not doing these things in this crisis. They're doing it because they have control. That stuff's coming. That is coming. It is absolutely coming. And that's a good article. If you haven't read that, go check that out again in my community tab. A lot of times if I have things I can't, I know either they won't upload the video, or I just know I'm not going to be able to get away with getting that out, I will put it over my community tab. And like I've said before, my community tabs, for people I follow, their community tabs do not show up if I'm on my desktop. I have to go to their channel and look at their community tab. And a lot of times I miss things. But if I look at it on my phone and I'm scrolling to the people I'm subscribed for, their community tab will come up in that. It's very weird. I don't know if yours is like that, but that's how mine does. And so I put that out because I just want to get information out. And a lot of it is just, heads up. So you're aware and you know what to look out for, and you won't be so blindsided. Or, hey, you know what? I know what they're kind of planning. They're over here playing mad scientists, and these are going to come. They may go do LDs. They may do this, whatever. You got to. We try to stay 10 steps ahead as best we can. I appreciate you, Paradise Acres. You're so sweet. Oh yeah, the MIP and I don't know what they'll do. I mean, speaking of that, Dr. Fakium, he came right out and said the whole 6 feet thing. Said he's like, oh no, it was never scientifically tested. We just decided to do that. No, what they did is they were going to see how much people would comply and how much pushback they were going to get. And they were sitting up there laughing like a bunch of little lab rats down here. Saying, oh, let me see if they do this. Let me see if I watch them. I saw it was like a big game to them. And all of this, everybody complied. Well, not everybody, but, the masses, you saw it. And since that whole scenario happened, it was like it created a whole mental issue with so many people who are still to this day covered, double covered, and so fearful and living in that whole thing. It's amazing. Now, I think even those who went for it before, we're seeing more who are coming against it and saying, no, I'm not doing that again. And they're starting to wake up. Or those who had damage or ill effects or anything and saw through it, thank God. The more that wake up, thank God. That it's just ridiculous. But something of that nature is going to come because of what year this is. And we've been saying that 2024, what was going to happen. It had to. They got to do something before election time. They just have to, because that's how they work. So expect that. Yeah. I don't even know if I can say his name. I know that Dr. well and all about him, and I mean, people who know my family roots, where all of that, and I'm very in depth of knowledge and where it bothers me in a different, I guess, sense. Yeah, I'm seeing this too, more here and there. Not as much here as in North Carolina. Not nearly as much. But every once in a while I will, and I just don't know. But what I will also see is people can be sick, fevered, sick as a dog, and right there beside you at the store, I'm like, why are you not home? Why are you out here spreading this around? Why are you out and about? Or they'll have kids that I can't, and I've always been like that, I can't stand it. They'll have little kids. You can tell they're absolutely miserable, or, just horribly sick, and they're dragging them all over the place. And I'm like, and this day and age, how you can do pickup orders, there's just no reason for it. If you're absolutely like, I don't have anywhere else to run or do this, there's ways to get around that. Even more so now since all that stuff. It just makes me crazy. Yes. If y'all saw my video I did for the shirts from MD Creekmore, be ungovernable, that whole thing, do not comply. I said what I said. If I get smacked, I'll see you in a couple weeks, but you do what's best for you. That's what I have to say. Everybody's saying you do what's best for you. I see all y'all's, Dr. Fakey. Yeah. It doesn't faze me like it used to, St. Hunter. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm just kind of whatever. I'm just past the point. I'm not ugly about whatever. And I am big on like, yeah, you do what's best for you, but don't push it what your side is on me. You do what's best for you. Here's the information. Just sprinkling out breadcrumbs, down whatever you want to do with it. That's just your choice. But some of the stuff I'm just like, come on. I think so much of it before now is not even that they believe it. It's just that they're so prideful they don't want to be wrong or say admit that they were wrong or fooled. I don't know. But the mental disorders that are going around now, I can't even get into all that, but yeah, you know. But hey, oh, Beaver Range, yeah, go ahead and give them a shout out. Miss Sharon. I mean, there are situations. I mean, I worked in medical. There's situations. If I seen patients now and I am not sick and I am going in to help somebody who has a contagious disorder and I'm treating them, you would wear a mask, or depending on what it is. I mean, you may have to wear eye protection. It depends because it's open mucous membrane. That's why this whole thing about that is so ridiculous, because it can get in your eyes also. I mean, that's just how that works. They're appropriate, but this every day out and about, or the ones who go into the store and they have on the gloves and they in there the whole time and you see them drive and they have on the gloves and the face coverings and they put everything in their car and they drive away and they're still wearing. I'm just like, I mean, I don't know. I just can't with them. And I just don't think that there's any explaining to those type of people. Thank you, she's Wildflower. You're such a sweetheart. I appreciate you. Yes, this is kind of going all over, and I expect we've been saying that was going to happen. It's going to continue to happen for various reasons, and that's going to continue. And they are just stirring it. And I keep telling people, I'm just saying, I mean, there's people I know, and they get so bent up. And I said, why are you taking the bait? They are causing the division, and too many people are eating it up. And I'm just like, okay, note taken. Don't let somebody else dictate how you're supposed to feel, who you're supposed to like, what you're supposed to do, who you're supposed to be around, what you're supposed to think. Yeah, no. Yeah, they send them to school and everything. Speaking of schools, the whole thing with New York, you saw that? I saw some videos of parents up there, and they're just, I do have another thing. Let me see if I can get by with talking about this. We'll see. I just always kind of ride that line and see. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Hey, Ashley. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's see. You talking about like survivors? Oh, I'm not sure what survivors. You're talking about like World War II type survivors. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything, because I don't think so. But if you have something for me, put it in all capitals, because I'm in all caps because I'll forget. And Miss Sharon is in charge, and she's telling you what's up. Yeah, if you're trying to protect somebody, you're like, hey, I don't have a choice. I have to go to the grocery store. I have to go pick up some medicine or something. Cover yourself to protect others, and then leave. That's how it works. And then take it off. But this lack of oxygen and fresh air, and if you've seen the amount of people, I saw it so much that were going on. People were calling me left, right, and they're like, I have fungal infections, I have strep, I have this, I have bacterial infections, all because of that. They got it in their nasal passages, it's traveling their sinuses, it gets around, their mouth, their skin, and everything. I'm like, they know what they were doing. Hey, Yardbirds. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going to make it more difficult than that, because they want them in their little institutions. I mean, public schools. Sorry, I mispronounced that. That's how it goes. Oh yeah, do that. That's also caused because the thing they made for that, and I had said that before, that when they came out and they did that combo one, that's also what That's what that's about. But yeah, all kinds of stuff that caused a lot of people were getting walking pneumonia and a wet stuff to do respiratory, and that's from breathing that, all the time. They were having people wear. I mean, I worked in surgery and trauma in the ER and all type of stuff, and we wear masks, and we never wore them that long. You just didn't do that. There's nothing good from that, but more harm. Again, that's my opinion. Read my disclaimer. But they're gonna do something. I think they're gonna tweak it, and they're gonna see what worked before. So they may bring back some of the old tricks they did before, but I think they're also going to do different ones. They're going to do different things because that's what they do. They're just tweaking their stuff as well and figuring out and see, again, how much can we push before we get pushed back? How many are going to, go along? The list goes on. I am seeing a lot of, it depends on where you live. A lot of things with this, the theft, everything, like, I can't do anything about it. We just got to let them go. You see those videos everywhere. They couldn't do anything about them. Just let them go. It's just ridiculous. And I expect that to go. It's always bad also in the wintertime, when a lot of things are going on. You'll see that. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of that. Timing also of when this rolled out and how it accumulates and geo that's in that and what it does. And, I talked about, I can't talk about it long. It's on a Rumble video, actually. What that does to one's immune system. It's like having an immune disorder, begins with an A, on steroids. People can't kick. So everything turns into this. It's like, oh, this was a simple viral, nothing bad. It turns into something major because there's no immune system to keep it from progressing into something else. And that is just ridiculous. It's just, yeah, it affected a lot. The anxiety, just the mental stuff it caused and all that stuff. But again, it's all an agenda in their benefit and their game. Yeah, I do too. The fact that they were letting those coming in from, the back door that's wide open, and they're allowing them to join law enforcement, okay, without being illegal, and military. And I know military has had that before in the past, that you can get your citizenship that way, but the way they're doing it and things with National Guard, I think that that's who they will use to implement a lot of these things. I'm sorry I had to code it like that, but that's the best I can do. That's what I think. Yeah. I don't know if I can say that on here. I don't know, because that's more new coming out, and it's something I'm looking a lot into, but they're talking about that. And again, they'll unroll stuff. Either it's a scare tactic, but also the thing about mad scientists and how they let things go out, plus the things that have been the damage to people's own natural immune system, all that. It all connects. What I always say, get your pegboard out and get your string and connect all the dots. It always, hey, okay, Ken, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for all the links, Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon's always on it. I'm telling you, she is. She has things just, I'm like, I'll be modding somewhere, and I'm like, oh, let me go drop that link. And Miss Sharon's like, sit down. I got all of that. I'm like, I was trying to help you out, okay. Oh, but she's on it. No, I just don't. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I knew when I was everything working in medical before I left the medical field I was in. I just didn't. But I grew up in the sense that I just didn't do all that stuff. But my thing was always going into trauma and orthopedics and surgery because that's one thing that was always going to be needed. And I wanted that knowledge. I wanted that knowledge in myself and experience for times to come. And I'm glad I have that. But other stuff, you know where I fell, and you know which things I don't play around with. I mean, I do natural, but there's certain things I'm like, you better, if you can, have antibiotics on hand because there's certain things you're just gonna. It's gonna be the safest way to go. You know, looks like I'm behind. Sorry if I missed you. Michelle, I've never seen you be a slacker, like for real. Never. I don't know how you keep up with all of it. And Miss Sharon is everywhere. She may actually own YouTube. I don't know. She's everywhere. She knows all of it. Puts it all down. I'm just like, gosh, no, she must have like 75 tabs up on her computer at all times. But she was great. I appreciate you, Miss Sharon. Everybody appreciates you. YouTube mama. Yeah. It's not coming in through they don't have to come in through from the sky. Just leave the back door and gate open and they come right in. Yeah. Yeah, they're also, I think it's California. Of course it's California. It's either always California or New York, right? They're giving them free health insurance. Okay. Where's our veterans? Okay. Anyways. Sharon's throwing all the links down. I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what it is. I'll have to go check it out. My chat never comes up to the next day. They hold it like 24 hours. There must be bad in my chats. Just joking. I always have a wonderful chat. But they do. They always hold it to the next day. So if you ever come into the replay or you're looking for any of these links, you got to wait like almost 24 hours. They won't release my live chat until then. So I'll have to go look. Let me see what She's a Wildflower says. No, I couldn't. It was bothering my conscience to the point it was making me physically sick. I was like, I cannot be part of the system. And I love my patients. And I used to be an adrenaline junkie and I loved working trauma. And I loved it. But I loved it, but I hated it because I just knew, and it just kept getting worse. And it wasn't anything like it is today when I walked from it. But I knew that was a season for a purpose that God had me do, because I will forever have that knowledge and be able to use that long term. Okay, this is called something. I can send you exactly what's happened and how to fix that. A lot of people have that. They can after a surgery, a major illness, a major trauma. Have you wrote me before and asked me about it? But this is actually pretty common. My hair thinned way out. Those who know me, I had horrific Lyme disease and co-infections. They didn't know what it was for a long time, and I had it for a long time, and something just kind of tipped the scale, and it just took all over. And I went through 3.5 years of treatment, and my hair, because my hair used to be a lot thicker than what it is, like way thicker. You know that Disney movie Brave? I know nobody likes Disney. That's not what I'm saying, but it was kind of like that. It did, and it changed a lot. If you email me, KCLittle@gmail, I can give you something that will help that if you're interested. It's natural. Exactly. And people just are like, I think this is great. And the ones who are so hateful and against us here and Christianity, and there's things that people are still going after Jews, and we know that hate and anything, if you're conservative or anything like that. But I'm like, those who are, like, go to those countries, go to those other countries and see how they treat you with your ways. I am so dumbfounded by most of that stuff. Is it cold? I would say it's cold here because I'm from the South, so my blood's like as thin as water. Um, it is cold at like 52 degrees here, cold. I know I'm going to hear it in the comments. It's cold for us. Oh, really? They did? Oh, okay. I can't even stomach any of this. We might as well just go to another country because all of those countries are going to be empty soon. They're all going to be here. You tried to order. Really? I got mine from there. Montana, send me an email. Just send me an email and say it's about that, and I will send you the links because I don't. I got them unless it's recently changed. Send me an email and I'll send you. I'll say you can get them. Are you afraid you have it? Because I can tell you also if you're afraid you have strep. I can also send you a protocol. Strep and pneumonia are two I don't mess with. So it depends on where you're at. And if you try the natural stuff and you're like, I'm not seeing any improvement within like 2 days, then you need something. Oh no. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. You can email me if you want to. Do my best to always help. I always do my best to help for whatever I can. Oh, okay, Miss Sharon. See, I don't see. Sometimes I won't see, and there's times I'll keep going back and I'm like, did they unsub me? Because I do, and people get unsubbed for me all the time. I constantly still hear it, like I didn't know where you'd went, and I was unsubbed. I keep getting unsubbed, and I get unsubbed from people because I'll think they're really quiet or something going on. But I never see your community tabs, Michelle, unless I go directly to your channel. I have no idea why. Have a good one, Ashley. I appreciate you. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anything before I wrap up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You have to wait 20. I always, yeah, mine, they've always held mine. And then sometimes I see them and as soon as it ends, their live chat's right up there. I don't know how they distinguish that. Let's see. I don't know why I see y'all talking about that. Yeah, Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon, throw down your link. Go follow Miss Sharon. That's an order. That's part of your assignment, your homework. Go. Yes, thank you, Huckleberry. Thank you. Thank you. All of y'all, thank you. Miss Sharon's a humble soul. Let's see. I'm making sure I'm not missing anything. Yikes. That's a whole other code. I mean, we've lived in different places up north. The furthest north I've been is Pennsylvania. That's the furthest north I've been. And I've lived more up north, like for short periods of time before. And I do love snow. I just don't want it for months. But if it's like really cold, I do want it to snow. I don't like it when it's just cold and windy and like just that damp cold. I hate that because it's like bone cold. It just chills you to the bone. I hate it. If it's going to be cold, I just want it to snow. I'm not cold-blooded at all. I'm southern-blooded, which is about like warm tea. Thank you for doing my email. Yeah, if y'all need to get me, email me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the temperatures I've been seeing in Texas are just crazy. And Montana, Nana, she's up there like, it's t-shirt weather. I did see that. I saw that earlier. But he's just nuts anyways. He's just looking. We appreciate you, Loretta. I always have a good chat in here. We even said it yet? Hey, Pilgrim. I always have a good chat in here. Yeah, what TT wants it. I don't know why it does that, but it does. And that's why I tell people, I'm like, especially if I say something on a video, I'm like, check out my community tab. I put something over that because a lot of people, they just won't show up. It doesn't see it. But there's things I just can't talk about, or I'm directing something or giving a heads up, Yeah, screenshots. Yeah, a lot of it will come back up. You don't like snow at all? I love snow, but I just like, again, I think that it's just snow like all the month of December, wherever I live, and then I want it to go away. But that's just how I am. Oh, 75, yeah, 75. Then we stick around that a lot. Now, I mean, come August, it's you're okay if you're in the shade. It's not horrific, but it's hot. I mean, well, our heat index can be in the into the hundreds. All right, guys. I didn't have to have that. I'm going to send y'all the link that we use. I'm going to go check it out. And if you want it, I just have strep ones for that. I mean, if it's viral to me, I don't care if it's flu or C, or I mean, if it's viral, it's viral. Bacterial, I have, that's something you need to know. And strep isn't one you mess with. Strep can be extremely serious and can turn into scarlet fever, and that is no joke. That is no joke. It can get in your heart, and you'll have to have heart valve replacements. It's just no joke. I don't mess around with strep, or you can get it in your bloodstream and stuff. I'm gonna see. So here, there's people, because I won't remember every little thing. Is you can send me an email if you're interested, and I'll see if we if it still looks like that. Well, of course, this is his Irish reply, but God, Miss Sharon, get him. Okay, so they are changed from when we ordered them, Huckleberry. That's disappointing. Sorry, I've actually never had to use them. We've never had to use them. But I am surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised, but that's disheartening. Strep's no joke. Colloidal silver, gargling that regularly all the time can keep that from taking hold. Read my disclaimer. Do what's best for you, but there's a lot of things. The colloidal silver, the garlic, the honey, the apple cider vinegar, but doing it ahead of time, not when it's like, okay, it's obvious and it's already taken hold. Now you can some, but if you do natural stuff and within like 48 hours, if you're not seeing things getting any better, look who's been lurking. I was already talking about you and your shirts and your video. I haven't watched it yet, but I haven't watched it yet, but other people are talking about it. That's so disheartening. But I am going to go watch it. I usually watch a lot of things like when I'm doing dishes, because there's no dishwasher in this farmhouse. I wash everything by hand, and I'll listen to videos while I'm standing there doing dishes. But strep's no joke. It is miserable. Usually a strep, you'll know, because strep hurts worse if you have anything cold, and you'll only want warm liquids, and it'll kind of ease that. You know, when you have like other sore throats, like, oh, eat popsicles or drink cold stuff or drink whatever. And you can tell by looking at it. That's why I always tell people, I'm like, well, look at your throat. People get mixed up. People can have tonsil stones and they'll think it's strep. Or people can have tonsillitis and think it's strep. Or they can have the other two. They can think it's something else, but it is actually strep. And that's why differentiating, if you know how to identify it and your symptoms, strep usually causes a acute spike in a fever. I mean, like it just acute. I mean, you'll just have a horrible fever very quickly. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It'll mess your valves. You'll have to have a heart valve replacement if it gets like that. And you can get scarlet fever, and it's just bad. Strep is just oh, y'all, good for you. You've never had strep. Usually a lot of kids. Miss Sharon, where's Miss Sharon? Y'all pray for him. Y'all pray for him. He may have to look for a new house on Amazon. Where's TT1 at? I do. I don't mind washing dishes. My nemesis is usually laundry because I have a ton of laundry. I don't mind washing it, drying it, folding it. But I'm just like, or folding it is where I'm still like, I gotta sit here and do this. I got things to do. And it's never ending. But you got to get those things out because they will stop your tonsils from doing what they want. You got to push them out. Gargle, colloidal silver. People can also get them out if you have a water pick. You can turn on the lowest setting, put colloidal silver and distilled water in there and get them out. Yeah, you got to get them out, keep them out. Gargle silver, gargle apple cider vinegar and drink apple cider vinegar. Diluted. It has to be diluted in water, and especially like warm water. You'll keep them from getting it. Miss Sharon. I will say that. He does help a lot. He cooks and cleans and stuff also. I mean, I really can't complain. Sinus infections. That's going to be your colloidal silver and your sinus rinse bottles. They don't get it. Stomach viruses, yeah. Anything to get that pH, apple cider vinegar and water. If you can balance that pH, there's a lot of different things. I like preventive care to kind of keep it from getting so bad. It helps. I really, I didn't ever get croup growing up. I never had that. I had one of my kiddos, my youngest one had it one time. She had it one time. That was it. No, other ones never got it. Thank God. Croup can sound so scary, but all right, guys. I appreciate all you being here. Truly, I appreciate all of you and helping each other, looking out for each other. Please be safe. Let me know how you're all doing. I'll check through the week. I think most of it all the way through the East Coast over. It should be, I think that polar vortex should kind of be moved out by Wednesday, if I'm correct. I think it should be moved out. But I am praying for all of you. Always. Let me see. Okay. I think it's my chat's jumping around. Sorry. Somebody was asking. You can buy silver already made. We have a colloidal silver generator. I have a video on it. If you go there and then look for colloidal silver, the Silver Edge, that's the name of it. You can look it up. I have a generator. It more than pays for itself. Or you can go to like health food stores and stuff like that, and they have bottled, already made colloidal silver. And it is expensive. And it's usually like a tiny bottle, and it doesn't last you long. My thing is, I always say, if there's going to be an investment in one of your medical preps, I would do a colloidal silver generator. I've had mine more than a decade. I've never had an ounce of issue with it, and it's been life-saving. Topically, internally, a lot of different ways. But if you have questions, email me, and I'll get it to you as well. Okay, but that's how we do ours. But you can buy it at like health food stores and stuff also. Thank you, TT1. I appreciate all of you. Pilgrim, Deb Woods, all of you guys. Gypsy Soul, I appreciate all you guys so much. Oh, there. I just answered about the colloidal silver. Yeah, tell them, Pilgrim. FJB, right? There it is, Miss Sharon. I told you Miss Sharon's on it. I'm telling you, she's got 75 tabs open on her computer right now. I don't know how she does it. I appreciate you, Paradise Acres, truly. All of you guys. And we'll see you next time. And if you have questions, email me. I don't mind. I will help you, or direct you somewhere if you need like a link or direction, or you didn't pick up something, or I said, or need something explained. Let me know. I may not answer you the exact same day, but I will get to you. So please, everyone, stay safe in this storm. Do your part. Do what you said. We've been practicing these things. Good way to practice your skills, your preps, all that type of stuff. And then leave the rest to God, and trust Him. And you just take these times. Like us, if we're going to be stuck in, we're starting our seeds, our indoor seeds. Just do those things. You can still do other things that's going on. So, all right, everyone, you stay well. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys next time.